G'day everybody, and welcome back to more Drongo. Today I am going to be showing you 10 of my favorite cards from 2024, and this is going to be coming from the perspective of somebody who originally got into Magic to collect the art and appreciating the art more so than the cards being particularly powerful or useful, although if they are powerful and useful, that may be a little bonus as well. So yeah, let's take a look at the first card that I've chosen here, and it is Tinybones Bauble Burglar. So this card here is, the artwork is by Leonard Santana, and I just love this card. Like the goofy, I think they just did such a great job with Tinybones, with this weird kind of like the floating skull with the sort of fleshy arms, but still like in a ghostly bone white sort of thing, and then representing that on the corner, peeking around the corner there. I think it's a great composition, and I love the colors kind of fading from this purple over here, and also the green glowing coming out of the sack there. Tinybones was also the first commander of my very first homebrew command deck, or commander deck, and so I have very fond associations with this, and yeah, this is one of my favorite cards of 2024. Next up, we have the Overlord of the Mistmoors, the Japanese full art. This was the very first Japanese anime full art card that I have ever pulled, part of the Duskmourn set. And this was a very memorable moment for me. I was very confused. I actually did not actually realize that they sometimes print these cards in Japanese. I was unaware of that, so it came as a big surprise when I opened this on stream. But this artwork is just so freaking cool, and the foiling is beautiful. It's so creepy, unhinged, the angle that the head's on, the colors, spindliness of the arms. Takuchimoto did a amazing job with this artwork. It is just so unsettling, but also kind of beautiful at the same time. So another real highlight of this year for me. Next up, we have my favorite alternate art variant of the entire year, and that is this Eluge of the Shoreless Sea. And there's a few different cards that came in this treatment, such as the Dragonhawk Fate's Tempest, you can see here. This is by Antonio Jose Menazido. I'm so sorry for all the mispronunciations in this video, but I just think this is so cool. Like it comes from like a inspiration of like the naturalists, kind of like the drawings, the diaries, the nature documentary style. It's just such a cool take on the whole Bloomburrow set, and I just really love the artwork for this. I think it's so cool, and the kind of parchment color background with the black and gray sketching and notes, it just comes together so nicely. This is one of my favorite cards and favorite treatments of the entire year. Next up, I had to make sure to include some lands as well, because I think 2024 we had some very beautiful lands, and this was my favorite. And this one is by Adam Powett. This is my favorite of the year for basic lands. I love this kind of synth wavy pinks and purples in the background. Just contrasts so nicely to the green in the foreground, and the composition with the tree kind of silhouetted against the background of the city. The contrast between the kind of technology and sort of herb world vibes. And then I think this is a detail that a lot of people miss. Look down here in the bottom corner, there's actually a guy with his sword just skinny dipping in the pond here. I just think that's such a cool little detail. It's just such a beautiful composition. And it is also just lovely colors. I just think it's great. And it also looks really nice in the foiling as well. Next up, we've got another land, which is the Blazemire Verge. And this one is by Adam Douglas. And this is just so... I just love how the contrast is used in this composition. The way that the red kind of lava fire sort of vibe leads up towards the actual castle here. And you've got this little silhouette framed in the doorway. And then the rest of it is just very like vacant in terms of color. Lots of gray tones, lots of like kind of beige tones in the background there. It just creates a really striking look that I think works absolutely perfectly for the Blazemire Verge. This is really nice. Now, if you caught my previous video talking about the ranking the best sets of Magic the Gathering this year, you may have heard me touch on this one, which is the Come Back Wrong art by Alexis Zirit. And I just think this is, it's not an artwork that I think is like, I don't think it's like necessarily beautiful, but I think it is a wonderful representation. It's just such an unsettling art style. It reminds me a little bit of kind of the 3D glasses sort of vibe that you get from the the reds and the greens, the slightly offset colorations and things like that. Just the composition combined with the way that the colors that are used, the abstract sort of nature of a lot of it, it's just so disturbing that, especially in the Duskmourn set, just fits the vibe so well. And it's worth noting that, you know, Alexis did have other cards such as Chainsaw here, and this again, same sort of thing, same sort of vibe, and I just think it's so cool. And I think Come Back Wrong is my favorite of Alexis's cards from Duskmourn. Next up, we have another card from Duskmourn, and that is Zimone All Questioning. This card here and this treatment in general was another low-key favorite of mine of the year. I love these like silhouetted sort of backgrounds and the two-tone compositions using either like greens and purples or yellows and purples. I just think it comes together so nicely. So we got Zimone here, and then we've got this kind of purple sort of foreground kind of overlaying over the top of it that gives us this really weird abstract sort of vibe to it, gives it this ethereal overtone. And this one's here by Sam Wolf Connolly. It's just so cool. I really like this style. There's a few other artists that did contribute artwork in this style, but this one is my favorite that I opened this year. Now we're getting on to the final couple here, and this one is The Mockingbird, and this one is by Mariah Tukulev. And it's worth mentioning that this is not my favorite artwork from Mariah of 2024, even though it is worth mentioning that this is not my favorite artwork from Mariah, but is my favorite of which I own. The only artwork that I did not open up from Mariah from this set was the Dawn's Truce. That was the one that I really wanted. It's my favorite of hers from the entire set. This is a close second though, and it is the one that I own. And Mariah just has such a beautiful textured way of painting the animals in Bloomburrow. It's just so cool. I love the colors that are used. I love the little details. I love the careful attention to the anatomical details of the animals as well. And you can really see that in other showcase cards such as the Scrap Shooter here. Like the details on the hands and the face and the actual like musculature of the animals. You can actually see how it kind of all comes together in a really beautiful way. And I just think the actual texture, like I talked about before, it just lends itself so well to Magic cards, but also to the theming of Bloomburrow. So absolute highlight there for sure. And it was kind of hard to pick my favorite art from the Secret Lair. I have only opened one Secret Lair ever in my life, and it was the 20 Ways to Win deck. And if you've seen my unboxing video of that, then you will have seen me react to seeing this card for the first time. And I love this. I loved it then and I love it now. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. The foiling, the abstract background, the way that the abstract background helps to accentuate the character here. This is by Kellogg's Loops, and it is just so cool. I love the gold, love the navy blue sort of poncho thing that's going on there, and then the red scarf, and then the little green on the hat as well. It just contrasts together and comes together so nicely. And then when you think about the actual card itself, Revel in Riches, all about treasure and the gold and the wealth that this sort of seems to suggest and portray, it's just beautiful. I love this card so much. And it's also pretty damn useful as well. And finally, my favorite. And this is my favorite not just because of the art, which is adorable, but it is also one of my favorite pulls of 2024, and that is the Anime Full Art Doubling Season. This is the most valuable card that I own at the moment, and I love it. It is just so adorable. The longer you look at this, the cuter it gets. Like the fact that the art itself has a pair of cats, matching pairs of cats all across the image, and you just look longer and longer. You could just stare at this for so long. It's just such a lovely, beautiful composition, such a simple idea, but executed so well. Kawasumi did an amazing job with this card. I love it. It is just so beautiful. And it's not much more I can say. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and let me know what your favorite cards from 2024 are down in the comment section of this video. And I have to give a big shout out as well to everybody who has been watching these videos and leaving comments and subscribing to the channel and everything. Thank you so much. I've been making Magic content now for less than a month, and already we've got multiple videos well into the 1 to 2,000 view sort of gap, and lots of new subscribers. So a massive thank you to everybody who has been very supportive and has watched the video so far, and I look forward to continuing this on into 2025 and keeping the content coming. Also, rest assured, all of these cards are normally sleeved. I've just taken them out of the sleeve to show off the artwork for these videos, so just in case anybody's worried about that. I'm not raw dogging these cards like some kind of animal, okay? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video next year at this point. So yeah, Happy New Year, everybody who's watching, and thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye.